The air-cooled 911 is a revered piece of industrial design. It's the most adored sports car on the planet. But when it comes to restorations, Porsche fans often divide into two camps. On one side are the purists that believe 911s should remain as perfect time capsules, and then there are the others, like Rennsport, who prefer to cherry-pick from Porsche's greatest hits to build you the car you really want. Rennsport, of course, is best known for its RS and RSR tribute cars. That homologation special from 1973 with its duck-tailed rear spoiler and deep-chinned front air dam. But for the latest build, Paul Cockle and his team have decided to celebrate a much rarer and far lesser known racing special, the 2.3 litre 911 ST of 1971. After it was launched, the 911 was already dominating the European Rally Championship, winning the title in 66, 67 and 68. But on track, Porsche was struggling to find a configuration that was consistently competitive in the GT sports car class against the likes of BMW and Alfa Romeo. So ahead of the 1970 season, Porsche's motorsport boffins came up with the T package. Now this was a performance kit for the hottest model in their lineup, the 180 brake horsepower 911S. So to bring the car up to ST spec, ashtrays, stereos, carpets, they were all deleted to bring the car down to as low a possible weight as they could for FIA homologation. Aluminium bumpers, even aluminium doors and plexiglass and thinner gauge steel were all used in a relentless pursuit for lightness. In fact, one of the cars prepped for the automobile race Tour de France in 1970 tipped the scales at just 789 kilos. Although Porsche had set their sights on circuit racing, at least 3 works ST were prepared for rallying. They actually won the Monte Carlo Rally in 1970, taking 1st, 2nd and 4th spot. But perhaps the finest moment came in June 1970 when the 911 ST of Écurie Luxembourg won its class and came in 7th overall, just behind the camera car, the Porsche 908, which was being used by Steve McQueen to get footage for his film. Records are a bit sketchy, but Porsche themselves reckon about 24 motorsport STs were produced in 1970 and 71. In 72, the ST got fatter back tyres, it got a chin spoiler, and finally that 2.5 litre engine. And that of course paved the way for the legendary RS of 1973. But it's the 1971 car with its uncluttered lines and rounded rear end that this Rennsport car pays tribute to. It was never an official production model, it was tailored to customer specs. So there's a whiff of 911 outlaw about this ST that I rather like. What can I say? I think that soundtrack says it all. So if you're looking for a restored air-cooled 911 and not quite sure which camp to join, the reverential 911 purists or resto-modders like Rennsport, it's worth remembering that over 70 years ago, Dr. Ferdinand Porsche himself famously said, "I couldn't find the sports car of my dreams, so I decided to build it myself." Commissioning Rennsport to build a bespoke classic that benefits from 50 years of hindsight and technical innovation means you can now own a 1970s 911 that's as wonderful to drive as it is to look at.